Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. Today we're diving deep into Augusta Precious Metals,
Okay.
a company that's been making a name for themselves in the world of gold and silver IRAs.
Yeah.
Diversifying your retirement portfolio is always a good idea,
hmm
and we've heard you're particularly interested in exploring a gold IRA.
Right. And Augusta Precious Metals offers a really interesting range of options to consider.
Hmm.
They go beyond just the standard gold and silver IRAs,
Yeah.
even offering investments in historical coins,
Oh, interesting.
which I think we'll find fascinating.
Yeah.
And they've got you covered on the security front, too, with options for secure storage.
Okay, so before we get too far, let me remind everyone listening.
Sure.
If you're looking for a helpful guide to navigate the world of gold IRAs, we've got a free checklist waiting for you at goldiroblueprint.com/exclusive.
Okay.
It's packed with tips to help you choose the right company for your needs.
Right.
Now back to Augusta.
Okay.
They're a private company,
Mhm.
which is pretty common in this space. But I was intrigued to learn they're actually registered in Estonia.
Interesting.
That piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, it's definitely something to note, although their primary focus, as you mentioned, is on helping investors secure their financial futures.
Right.
And they do that through tangible asset investments, primarily gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've hinted, they've got more than just those standard IRA offerings.
Right. So when we talk about IRAs, I
Yeah.
think it's important to take a step back for a moment.
Sure.
For anyone new to this,
Okay.
an IRA, or individual retirement account, is basically a special type of savings account designed for retirement.
Right.
It comes with potential tax advantages that can really make a difference in the long run.
Yeah.
Now, Augusta specializes in gold IRAs and silver IRAs,
hmm
which let you hold physical gold or silver as part of your retirement savings.
Exactly. It's an intriguing way to diversify,
Yeah.
especially if you're looking for assets that tend to hold their value during times of economic uncertainty. When the stock market is volatile or inflation is on the rise,
Mm-hmm.
gold and silver have historically been seen as a safe haven.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're essentially adding a layer of protection to your retirement savings?
Right.
But, something you said earlier about Augusta offering more than just IRAs
Yeah.
really caught my attention.
Okay.
Can you tell me more about those other options?
Absolutely. Beyond IRAs, they also offer gold and silver bullion,
Okay.
which basically refers to gold or silver that is traded in bulk form.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, this comes in the form of bars or coins.
Okay.
It's a very direct way to invest in precious metals, and for many, it provides a tangible sense of security.
Right.
You can actually hold your investment in your hand.
I can see the appeal in that.
Yeah.
It's not just numbers on a screen.
Yeah,
It's something real and substantial.
exactly.
But I imagine storing a significant amount of bullion could be a challenge.
You're right. That's where secure storage solutions come in. Augusta has partnered with reputable depositories that offer state-of-the-art security for your precious metals. Think multiple layers of protection, surveillance cameras, motion detectors, armed, guards to the works.
Wow.
It's designed to give you peace of mind knowing your investment is safe and sound.
That's reassuring, especially for someone who might be new to the world of precious metals.
Right.
It can feel a bit daunting.
Yeah,
So having that level of professional security seems crucial.
absolutely. And beyond bullion, Augusta also offers a fascinating array of collectible coins.
Oh, really?
These aren't just your everyday coins. They often carry historical significance,
Interesting.
making them attractive to collectors and adding to their potential value.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the financial investment, but also the historical and aesthetic value.
Right.
You could be holding a piece of history in your hand.
Precisely, some of these coins are incredibly rare and sought after,
Whoa.
representing different eras and events from the past.
This is also fascinating. Before we delve deeper into the specific benefits of working with Augusta,
Oh, okay.
I want to remind everyone that if you're feeling overwhelmed by the world of gold IRAs,
Mm-hmm.
that free checklist at goldiroblueprint.com exclusive can really help.
Right.
It's designed to guide you through the process of choosing the right gold IRA company.
It's a fantastic resource for anyone considering this type of investment,
Yeah.
especially given the nuances of the gold IRA market.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about what specifically sets Augusta Precious Metals apart
Okay.
from other companies in the precious metals IRA space.
Yeah.
One thing that really struck me is their commitment to transparency and customer education.
Yes. I've heard they even offer a free one-on-one web conference
Mm-hmm.
with a Harvard-trained economist
Wow.
to help potential investors understand the intricacies of precious metals.
Right.
And the gold IRA process, that's a pretty unique offering.
It is. They seem to really go above and beyond to empower their clients
Right.
to make informed decisions. It's not just about selling you something.
Right.
It's about equipping you with knowledge.
It's like they're saying,
Right.
we want you to understand this investment as thoroughly as we do.
Exactly.
And that can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially for someone new to this type of investing.
Exactly. And beyond the educational aspect,
Oh.
they also have a very streamlined IRA process. Setting up and managing your account
Right.
is designed to be as user-friendly as possible.
That's great to hear because I know navigating the world of IRAs
Right.
can feel overwhelming sometimes,
Yeah.
even for experienced investors.
And if you do have questions
Sure.
or run into any snags along the way,
Yeah.
their customer support is top-notch.
Good.
They offer lifetime support, so you can always reach out for help.
That level of ongoing support is really valuable. It gives you peace of mind knowing you're not on your own.
Right.
Once you've made the investment now, I think
Yeah.
it's important to acknowledge that while we've been discussing the potential benefits,
Yeah.
there are always risks involved in any investment,
Sure.
and precious metals are no exception.
You're absolutely right. No investment is completely risk-free.
Right.
One of the primary risks to consider with precious metals is market volatility.
Okay.
Even though gold and silver are considered safe haven assets and tend to hold their value during times of economic uncertainty,
Right.
their prices can still fluctuate.
So even though they have a history of stability,
Yeah,
there's no guarantee that their value will go up in the short term.
precisely. You could still experience losses,
Right.
particularly if you're buying and selling on short time horizons.
Okay.
And then there's what's known as counterparty risk. This is the risk that the company you're dealing with,
Right.
whether it's Augusta or a depository,
Yeah.
could default on their obligations.
That's certainly a concern. You're entrusting them
Right.
with a significant amount of your savings.
Hmm.
So choosing a reputable company with a strong track record is absolutely crucial.
Absolutely. Doing your due diligence is essential.
Right.
And finally, there are storage fees to consider.
Right.
You'll need to pay to have your precious metals stored securely,
Right.
and those fees can vary depending on the provider
Yeah.
and the amount you're storing.
That makes sense. It's an important factor to factor into the overall cost of the investment.
Right.
So it sounds like while precious metals can be a valuable part of a diversified portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a decision to make lightly.
Right.
There are risks and costs to consider carefully.
Right. It's all about weighing the potential benefits against the potential downsides
Yeah.
and determining if it aligns with your overall investment strategy and risk tolerance.
So for someone who's listened to all of this
Okay.
and is intrigued by the idea of investing in precious metals with Augusta,
Mm-hmm.
what are the first steps they should take?
The best first step is to schedule a consultation with one of Augusta's advisors.
Okay.
They can discuss your individual investment goals and help you explore the options that best align with your needs.
I like that it's a personalized approach.
Yeah.
It's not about pushing a one-size-fits-all product.
Right.
It's about tailoring a strategy that's right for you.
Exactly. They take the time to understand your unique circumstances and make recommendations based on your specific situation and objectives.
You know, hearing all of this,
Yeah.
I'm starting to see why Augusta Precious Metals has garnered so much attention in the gold IRA space. Their focus on transparency, education, and customer support,
Right.
combined with their unique offerings like the consultations with a Harvard-trained economist,
Yeah.
really set them apart.
I agree. They seem to be raising the bar for the industry
Yeah.
in terms of customer experience and commitment to investor education.
Now, before we move on to the next phase of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to remind everyone that if all this talk about gold IRAs and precious metals is leaving you feeling a bit overwhelmed,
Yeah.
that's completely understandable.
Right.
It's a lot to take in. So we created that free checklist I mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
which you can find at goldireblueprint.com. Huge at Pitfall.
Okay.
It's designed to break down the process of choosing a gold IRA company
Right.
into easy-to-understand steps. It really is a fantastic resource, especially for those who are just beginning to explore the world of precious metals and gold IRAs.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Augusta Precious Metals,
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your final thoughts. What stands out to you the most about this company?
You know, it's interesting. There are a lot of companies in this space,
Mm-hmm.
but what truly sets Augusta apart, in my opinion, is their dedication to education and transparency.
Yeah.
They seem to genuinely prioritize empowering their clients
Right.
to make well-informed decisions
Right.
rather than just pushing a sale.
I completely agree that commitment really shines through in everything they do.
Yeah.
From offering those consultations with a Harvard-trained economist
Right.
to providing comprehensive educational materials on their website.
Exactly.
And their customer-centric approach with lifetime support and a streamlined process
Yeah.
is definitely a plus, especially for those new to precious metals.
It's refreshing to see a company in this industry
Yeah.
that prioritizes building trust and long-term relationships with their clients.
Absolutely.
Their consistently high ratings and positive reviews speak volumes about their commitment to customer satisfaction.
They've certainly built a solid reputation for being trustworthy and reliable,
Right.
which is absolutely crucial in this industry.
Absolutely.
Now, before we go, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier.
Okay.
The risks associated with investing in precious metals.
Sure.
Even though gold and silver are often seen as safe haven assets,
Mm-hmm.
as you explained, their prices can still fluctuate.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
essential to remember that no investment is entirely without risk.
Right.
Market volatility is a factor to consider,
Yeah.
as well as counterparty risk and the costs associated with secure storage.
So it's not a decision to be made impulsively. It requires careful research,
Yeah.
consideration of your individual circumstances, and a clear understanding of your own investment goals and risk tolerance.
Absolutely. And that's where resources like the free checklist we've been mentioning can be incredibly helpful.
Right.
It guides you through the essential questions to ask yourself and the factors to consider when choosing a gold IRA company.
Yes, that checklist is a fantastic tool for anyone even thinking about dipping their toes into the world of precious metals IRAs.
Yeah.
It's available at goldirblueprint.com, exclusive, and we highly encourage you to download it.
For sure.
Now, as we conclude this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question.
Okay.
Considering the current economic landscape with inflation still a concern for many, how might adding precious metals to your portfolio help you achieve your long-term financial objectives?
It's a great question and one that deserves thoughtful consideration.
Yeah.
Precious metals have a long history of preserving wealth during uncertain times. Whether they're the right fit for you depends on your specific circumstances, risk tolerance, and overall financial goals. But it's certainly a conversation worth having with a trusted financial advisor.
Wise words indeed. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Augusta Precious Metals.
My pleasure.
We hope you found it informative and insightful. Until next time, happy investing.